Peace. What's up, everybody? You have to excuse me if I look a little tired. I've got to have a long day. Just left the gym. Um, put up 225 three times for the first time in my life. So I'm definitely getting stronger. But I didn't want to stay on here too long tonight. Um, Something just crossed my mind. I was talking to my mother, and we just got on the topic of how religions can divide us, keep you away from your family. Because one family member doesn't believe in the same thing you believe in. Your church says to stay away from them. And that's not just one church, that's a lot of different denominations that are kind of like that. But it got me to thinking about the Catholic Church. You know, I had this lady who I used to work with. She told me that her little brother was an altar boy. And the first thing that came to my mind was, dang, I hope, nothing ever happened to him, because the Catholic Church has that reputation. And it's sad that the first thing that comes to mind is hoping that nothing happened to that young child. How is it that an organization like the Roman Catholic Church is still around when they have that reputation? They just paid $880 million, like the Los Angeles diocese. They just had to pay out $880 million to like 1,300 victims of sexual abuse. That's wild. Name another organization that can have a reputation of sexually abusing children and still be allowed to be around. They got some power or something. Some blackmail with some people. But that just goes to show you, if you can control where a man believes he's going after he dies, you can control what he does while he's on the planet. That's power. And by not knowing the truth for yourself, by not having like confidence in your own belief system and finding out things on your own, finding God within, you allow yourself to be led astray. Not saying that there isn't any good that the Catholic Church has done, but think about it. They have a reputation for harming children, and it's been going on since the very beginning. Like I said, they just paid out $880 million to 1,300 children who got abused. And it could be more than that. What's going on, you guys? Thanks for tuning in. And that's the kind of things that can happen when you allow that power, allow your connection to God, for you to see that as something outside of yourself. God is within. God is all around you. You don't have to go to anybody else to get to God. At least that's what I believe. I'm still a little out of breath. I just got out the gym. But yeah, that's interesting, man. Just the power that belief can make people do different things. I was listening to, I think his channel is called Infinite Waters. My fiance just sent it to me, how to overcome fear. And I said, okay, so I haven't been attempting to lift 225 pounds because I guess I've been afraid of it. So I said, that's what I'm about to put it up tonight. So I put those 245s on each side, and I was able to lift it 3 times. Well, I guess honestly it's more like 2.5, because I barely got it up on that last one. But again, feel the fear, and do it anyway. I'm gonna keep saying that as a model. A lot of what I do on here on YouTube, I'm talking to you guys, but this is me speaking to myself as well. I'm looking around at the kind of lifestyle that I've manifested for myself in. I know it's going to get better. Right now I'm in the lounge area or the clubhouse. of my apartment building. There's a pool behind me, uh, pool table over there. And these are the kind of things I was able to accomplish by not being fearful and just going for it, figuring out a way. That's a powerful thing to have in your arsenal. Anyway, I just wanted to get on here for a few minutes and talk to you guys about that, because that's wild to me that they're really able to still be around and have that reputation. Why does that matter? Because if they have the power to abuse children and not really get in trouble for it and not, be shunned by the community, I think that says something about us as a society. Easily led astray. But, oh yeah, make sure you guys go on Amazon, download the Kindle app first, and go on Amazon and check out my ebook, Free Your Mind to Have Peace of Mind, 7 Practices for Supreme Peace by Ronald Simmons. I wrote that book a couple of years ago, and more than ever, I think this is something that's truly needed by the people, because there's a lot of crazy things going on in the world, and you got to have your mental right. And it's not even just about a money thing. There's plenty of wealthy people who have a whole lot of money who don't have peace of mind. There's plenty of very poor people who are out there and they do have peace of mind. Where do you find yourself in that spectrum? It is possible to have both, to be wealthy and to have your peace of mind, to whatever your life circumstance is. One of the things I know we have to work on, that I have to work on, is controlling the thoughts that go through my mind, that inner speech. Because once you program yourself with something for so long, it becomes a habit. It's something that you have to do away with. Be careful of the things that you allow inside your mind. Had a college friend who made a post today. He was asking if they should take off the screen time limits they have for his 13-year-old daughter's phone. I immediately said, no, keep those limits on there. But there are other people who have the opposite view, and I was surprised by that, because we have seen so many studies how increased screen time has so many negative consequences, like suicidal thoughts go up, depression increases, body dysmorphia. And this is doing this to adults as well. So imagine what it's doing to teenagers. Imagine the kind of pressure that they're feeling from seeing the lifestyles people are putting in front of you on social media and thinking they have to have that exact same thing right now, or they're less than. Think about these kids who believe they have to have designer clothes or else they don't want to, show their outfits off. They'll go to school in pajamas and look like, well, I'm not even trying. I didn't even feel like putting on anything today, so I got on pajamas. Versus, I need this Amiri shirt. I can't even name you the different name brands, like Dolce & Gabbana. Just these symbols that they give to us that this is how you show that you're wealthy. And that's a lot of pressure. So yeah, I definitely told him, and keep that screen time limit on her phone, at least for the time being. Because there's too many negative consequences that come from that. Unlimited access to the internet and social media. I say the same thing for young boys as well, the kind of things that you can be exposed to. I had to rewire my brain to operate better because of the things that I got exposed to at an early age and what increased with the onset of the internet and social media. I had to clean up my algorithm and reprogram my mind to focus on something different. It was like my Explore page used to be a whole lot of ads that I had to go through and click not interested, just so I could focus my mind. And I know that's something that a lot of people are dealing with. And that can take away from your peace of mind. So like I said, you have to be careful of the things that you're allowing to come into your mental unchallenged. One of the chapters in my book deals with the type of music that we're listening to. Is your music putting you on a high vibration, or is it putting you on a low vibration? If you look on my channel, you look at the public playlist that I have, there is a playlist that goes along with my ebook, Free Your Mind to Have Peace of Mind, 7 Practices for Supreme Peace by Ronald Simmons. And just click on that playlist and listen to those songs. And these are songs that I picked out for myself that bring me peace of mind, put me in a peaceful state. Now that list could be totally different for you. You gotta find your own music, but these are just my suggestions. So, check that out. Because the music that we allow into our mental definitely has an effect on us, especially because they'll make a chorus or a hook that gets caught into your head. It goes round and round in your head. It's not an accident that the prison industrial complex, the war on drugs, and the 3 strikes law all kind of kicked off around the same time, and gangster rap. All this stuff was like mixed in together to get a result. But anyway, I don't want to rant for too long. I have to go to sleep. I get to wake up in the morning and do this all over again. Positive affirmations. That's right. Music is the gateway to your subconscious, so be careful what you're allowing in there. You are powerful, you are wise, you are intelligent, you live in the energy of abundance. I am powerful, I am wise, I live in the energy of abundance. Wealth comes to me easily. These are the type of things you need to be repeating to yourself, programming your mind to think differently. All right, you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to sleep. Peace.